Hello YouTubers, today's video I'll be fixing homemade beef chili for one or more.
Today I'm going to be doing some homemade chili. I'm not going to be following any specific recipe. I've just seen a few different things online, and I thought I'm just going to kind of throw some together and see how it comes out. I'll be using my large Dutch oven. I've got 1.5 pounds of ground sirloin. It's a 90-10, and the only reason I'm using the 90-10 is because it was on sale. I've got beef broth, crushed tomatoes, chili beans, stewed tomatoes, some tomato sauce, and then I've got some chili powder or some chili seasoning from McCormick's. So I'm just going to be winging this. We'll see how this comes out. This is something that I'm doing it just for myself, just for a party of one. Yeah, I have plenty of leftovers. It's a nice cold day outside, so you know, it is in the middle of winter, and so I don't know if you can see out there or not, but we do have a nice winter day up here in Michigan. So we're just going to give her a shot and see how it goes. Now I've set my temperature between medium and medium high. I've added a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and it's just starting to smoke right now. This is all well seasoned, by the way. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ground beef in here, ground sirloin. Get this brown kind of through and through. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be pulling it out, putting it aside, and then I'm going to add my mixture in. And for some giggles and grins, I'm going to throw some pepper in there, ground pepper, just for good measure. I like ground pepper. In the meantime, I'm going to get some of my stuff set aside. I'm going to pour a cup with my beef broth, put that little measuring cup. I'm just going to have that set aside. Another thing that I may add to it is going to be some sriracha. Now I'll mention this again later on, but there's a lot of people will say not to use any kind of tomato-based sauces or tomatoes in the Dutch oven that's made out of cast iron because it eats away at your seasoning. But if you listen to somebody like Cowboy Kent Rollins, he'll tell you can go ahead and do it. Just clean it out right away, and then I'll just hit it with a little bit more seasoning. My personal thought is I'd make sure that my pan is totally seasoned, and I've used it rather frequently before, so it's had time to season properly. I'm going to get my first can of beans ready. And I'm going to open up my tomatoes. I think what I'm going to do is start with my large can of crushed tomatoes when I get ready to put it in there. And then if I feel I need it, I've got the stewed tomatoes I can add. Same thing with the beans. I've got a can of beans already opened up. And if I feel like it, I'll put another can. And I know there's critics out there, they're going to say, well, chili does not have beans in it. Well, some people do, some people don't. Let's just say I'm going to have beef and beef chili. We'll call that good. Yeah, this is browning up real nice. I don't want to cook it too fast. I don't want a lot of grease splattering around. So that's why I've got it at a lower setting. It's a hard habit for me to break. Normally I like to have everything turned way up. But just not necessary. Looks like it's just about ready. Start taking this out, and I'm going to put it on a plate with some paper towels on it. And that'll kind of help soak up some of the extra grease. I know this is an RV channel, but you know, you gotta cook on an RV when you're traveling. Some people like to do winter traveling or winter camping, or even like in the fall when they're camping, or the spring, early spring. Get a cool night, this is a good thing to have. Of course, I always like to have leftovers, and anything I've done as far as leftovers, anything from soups to ribs, basically comes out a lot better when you reheat it. Okay, I've got this pretty well cleaned up. A little bit of meat in there, that's okay. Now, I'm going to add my tomato sauce and my tomatoes in here. This is my crushed tomatoes. I'm not using high-end stuff either. My stuff is either from the grocery store or Save-A-Lot. You know, and this is crushed tomatoes, but I think I want to have a little bit more substance in there. So, I'm going to add some stewed tomatoes to it. Right or wrong, I'm putting it in there, juice and all. And I'm going to live on the edge. I'm going to add one more can. So I've got 2 cans of stewed tomatoes and 1 can of crushed tomatoes. And we're just going to mix that all up. Cleaning up my mess here. Now I'm going to add the beans. Yep, juice and all. I'm going for the flavor. And we're going to do both cans. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my chili mix. Mix up real good. And my next thing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the ground beef in. Yeah, sopped up an awful lot of grease there. And I think that's going to make it a shade more healthier. I just don't like to use an awful lot of grease and stuff, especially like in a soup. There we go, we got that mixing there real nice. Now I haven't put in any tomato sauce at all yet. Haven't decided what I'm going to or not. We'll take a little taste just to see how it is for flavor so far. Not bad. I'll add a little bit of sriracha. That's something you can always add to it later. It's a fresh spoon, by the way. Got a little bit of a kick. I'm going to add a little bit of, probably about a cup of beef broth. And we're going to mix this up a little bit. And I'm going to cover it up, and we're going to let her simmer. I think I'm going to kick it down to about a medium heat, and I'm going to watch it probably, or check it probably in about 30 minutes or so, just to see how it's doing. Well, it's been about 30 minutes now, so let's take a look. Oh, she's really bubbling now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick it down to like medium low. Make sure that we don't have anything sticking to the bottom there. We're down to a little bit lower, I think. I just want it to simmer. Give it a little taste test there. Let's see if I can make sure we don't have anything scraping on the or sticking to the bottom. Of course, all that when it sticks to the bottom, you kind of bring that up, and there's a lot of flavor in there. Yeah, this is doing well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up some onion. I didn't do that earlier. I think I'll do that right now. Simmer some more. Now, obviously, I screwed up. I should have put in the onion a long time ago. In fact, I probably would have been better off if I would have put it in when I did the burger. But I'm going to go ahead and add it in now. I'm adding in 2 small yellow onions, and I'm just going to mix that in. I had made a conscious decision I wasn't going to do any peppers, and that's just because I really didn't have any, so I'm not going to worry about it. Mix this in good. We'll let that simmer for a while, Let's see. Got a little onion powder. I'm going to add that to it as well. Give it a little bit more flavoring. Give it a little bit more chili powder. I don't like using metal utensils in this cast iron. Not that it's going to hurt the cast iron, but it will scrape off your seasoning. So I prefer just to keep it like it is. Let's give it another little taste test. Oh yeah, that's doing well. I'm going to leave that on low for a while. I'm not going to do anything more to it. I'm just going to let her simmer for another half an hour and see what comes up. Well, it's been cooking for about an hour now, or simmering. And so, had a little samples tasting pretty good. Now all we're going to do is just give it some time and let all those flavors just soak right in. Okay, it's been in there for several hours. It's been on a low simmer, so looks like she's doing pretty good. Mix it up here a little bit, and we'll do the taste test on it. We've got some crackers set aside. Got some shredded cheese, we'll put that on it. Got a little sour cream. And just to give it a little bit of extra kick, I have some sriracha. Now that is good. Time for dinner.
I hope you enjoyed this look at making chili in a cast iron Dutch oven. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching.